Hi everyone, it's Ava and I'm at the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation annual volunteer recognition reception in Del Mar with...
I'm Katrina Young and you're watching On the Spot Interviews.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for agreeing to do this interview with me.
No, thank you so much for coming tonight.
Oh, you're very welcome. Now, what brings you out tonight?
Tonight is an annual recognition of basically celebrating all that the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation has done throughout the year and kind of looking forward to all the exciting projects and announcements that are coming up in the next coming up year.
Like Great Strides?
Like Great Strides, which is our pet project for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
So, cystic fibrosis, for those who haven't heard of it, can you give us the basics?
Sure. Cystic fibrosis is an inherited genetic disease, not much different than the genes that go into blue eyes. I'm a recessive carrier, my husband's a recessive carrier, and we have a 25% chance of every time we have a child of having CF. And basically, our two genes that we handed down to our son causes a defective protein that causes extra mucus to build up inside all your organs. So in terms of his lungs, it creates a sticky atmosphere that traps germs, and they're more prone to infections and pneumonias and chronic infections from that. And then in terms of their digestion, they can't digest food the way that someone without cystic fibrosis can, and so they have to take enzymes to help them with that. The sweat test is the diagnostic test for cystic fibrosis because basically that defective mutation they talked about, it causes an excess amount of sodium, and so they heat up a little portion of their arm and then they collect the sweat from it, and if it has a certain amount of sodium in it, it's indicative of CF, so they have a range. So it's nice that they have a non-invasive test that is able to tell you, for the most part, yes, your child has CF, or no, your child does not have CF.
One of the girls I know, she lives in Texas, and one of the CF officials there told me they found someone who is 80 years old and has CF, and she's still doing great. So there is hope.
Thank you. I love stories like that.
Now, I actually saw you were featured in 2010 on the website. Can you tell us, how that happened?
Sure. My son is 14 years old, and he was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when he was 2. And Great Strides is basically the most efficient and largest fundraiser for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Over 90 cents per every dollar donated goes directly towards medical research. And having a child with CF and knowing the life expectancy and the life that he's facing, the only thing we can do as parents is fight for him. And the Great Strides not only allows us to raise money for medical research, but it also allows him to see that he's not alone in this disease, that everyone at that walk is there because they care about someone with cystic fibrosis, and he gets to see that and know that what he's doing, everyone else is cheering him on and hoping the best for him too. So it's a great gift. We were featured, mostly I think my friends and family should have been featured in the article. We have amazing friends and family. I think everyone has really put their heart into it and just really taken this on as their project as well. So we had over 300 walkers who joined us on the beach. So we had neighbors and friends and family members and teachers and people. We even had friends of friends who came out and walked with us, and together we raised over $100,000 for CF. So just the combination of the two, just the massive people and all the money they raised, it was just an amazing day for us.
That is crazy. $100,000.
Yeah, and the neat thing is, a year later, Kalydeco, which was funded by the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, went to market. So, it's kind of a symbol of that we really are making a difference. That if you come out and walk and you give money and you donate and you help, it really, really are making a difference. In just a year's time, that money went towards Kalydeco and other important drugs that are being researched right now. It works on 4% of the CF population. It works on one specific mutation, and they're actually doing tests right now to see what other mutations it can help as well. There's over 1,700 mutations for cystic fibrosis, and they just actually announced yesterday that drug, in combination with another drug that they're working on, is they have hopes that might help to control CF for the most common mutation, which is what my son has and what 95% of people with CF have. So that's exciting news.
Yes, and the Great Strides, my first one was last year. It's really fun, and all the people are so supportive. Like, this is one of my favorite charities, not only because I know 2 little girls with CF, but also because everyone's just so nice, and everyone's, always willing to give you the information you need, everything.
Yeah. Actually, when our very first walk, we were worried that it was going to be this reflection of the disease and kind of a scary, sad event, but it's everything but. It's just all about family and love and hope, and it's a celebration of all that we've done. A child with cystic fibrosis 50 years ago would not have lived to attend kindergarten, and today the life expectancy is in the upper 30s. And that's due to everything that's been done through Great Strides. So it's truly a celebration of what we're accomplishing and what we hope that we're going to accomplish a cure in the very near future.
So how did you come up with your team name for Great Strides?
Our team is Sean's Super Striders. Originally we were just Team Sean, and when Sean was 5 years old, he was Superman for Halloween and just loved Superman. In fact, he, like most kids his age, said he wanted to be Superman when he grew up. So we thought it just sounded fun. It was a lot of alliteration of Sean's Super Striders, and it made him happy. And we've kept it, even though he's now 14 years old and obviously doesn't want to be Superman when he grows up anymore. To me, it symbolizes that his old hero was Superman, but to us, our heroes are the people out there on that beach walking, and the researchers wearing the white lab coats who are finding drugs to find a cure. So to me, it's symbolic of my son when he was young and innocent, and hopefully a hopeful beacon of my heroes who are finding a cure for my son.
So do you have the links for the Great Stride coming up in, is it May?
It's May. The walk here, the Del Mar Powerhouse, and it's May 19th. And the link is www.cff.org. You'll see an icon for Great Strides. If you click on that, it will guide you, and you can walk pretty much every state, any city, and most of them are in the April-May timeframe, but there are some walks in other months too.
So what is the social media for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation San Diego chapter?
For Facebook, it's Facebook.com/CFF San Diego.
Awesome. And is there any advice you have for people, families who have kids with CF, or just anyone who's been touched by it?
When Sean was first diagnosed, I think we got great advice, and his doctor says just because he has CF doesn't mean that all his hopes and dreams can't come true. And he told us to love him like we did the day before, punish him like we did before, treat him exactly like we did the day before we knew this disease was in our life. And we've really tried to the best of our abilities to keep that as our mantra as we raise our child, that yes, there's special needs that he has, and yes, he takes 30 pills a day, and he does 2 hours of nebulized treatments, and he has a lot on his plate, but we send him to school, he signs up for sports, we talk about his career, he wants to be a doctor one day, and we are positive that we're going to move him towards a future, because I'm positive that CF Foundation is going to give us a future for him.
I believe so too.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for the interview, and I'd love to come out and be a part of Sean's Super Striders.
I'll give you a t-shirt.
Oh, I would love that. So I can join?
You can join.
Awesome. I will mark that on my calendar.
I can't think of a better way to spend a Sunday morning than to walk on that beautiful beach for a good cause with good friends, so thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.